So here's a question I have that was brought up in there. So give me your opinions on this. They were basically saying, I forget who was saying, oh, it's so good that, even though they're rich, Mrs. Park is still so nice.
Mr. Kim said that.
Okay. And then someone else brought up the question of
Mrs. Kim.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
if I have the same amount of money, I would be nice too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have any feelings about that? Do you guys want to talk about that at all?
It just like shows that they wanna to me it was like that, oh, they wanna like escape their responsibility, but just blaming their financial or social status as them blame for not being nice or not being moral because they don't have the money.
Do you guys find rich people generally more nice?
No, that's not the case.
Do you think you'd be nicer and more what's the word? More of a philanderer? I'm just kidding. Philanthropic with money?
That's the thing. It's not the case. Money doesn't make you this nice person. You might do like philanthropic stuff,
but having money does reduce the stress and frustrations that having money doesn't. So you might act in a more generous way.
Yeah, stress is real.
Yeah,
killer.
but if you
different stresses, I'm sure they have, but
different
not being able to pay your bills is a huge stress. And once again, it's survival is a bitch, right? It changes your moral compass. So there's that too.
Yeah, but I'm again thinking that just having money doesn't mean that you are turning into a nice person.
Yeah.
Like a lot of philanthropy we see these days is just like for the sake of like public image and or like getting tax benefits. So it's just not like those people are nicer. There are still actually a lot of you can be philanthropic on one side and still like trying to save like expenses by not paying your employees a good wage.
Yeah. And I don't think Mr. Park was ever that portrayed as that nice or that generous.
I think that in this movie particularly they portrayed it as very nice people.
Yeah.
I
think they make the Kim family at least more, specifically Mr. Kim, a bit more gray for other reasons that we'll bring up later. It now just reminded me of so my boss was writing this book, Inclusive Stakeholding. I think I told you guys, right? And he does bring up and uses it as an example. He calls it a race to the middle, right? And one of the examples, part of like what's wrong right now and what creates income inequality is, the system is designed to create a few super wealthy individuals, right? And the race to the middle is those individuals end up with all that money wanting to do some philanthropy, so they give back and they open up these charities and things like that. So it just seems like that is a kind of a normal cycle and progression is when you get to a certain level, you do start to do some nice things for whatever reason.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So I think in this movie in particular the portrayal of Park's family is generally positive, but we still see them in some like scenes that they kind of look to the poorer families or especially Kim's from the higher standpoint. Like they always they think that they have a higher status, and we will see it in like in different shots. Like in the shots that they were talking about the panties, it was the first reference that this is a cheap material for panties.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying for me at least, I don't gravitate at all. I think everyone's gray, but I think the Kims are portrayed in a more favorable light than the Parks. There are only a couple of examples of where they showed some identifiable good traits, which we can talk about later. But anyways, they're all gray. They're all shades of gray.